Good morning, gang. Happy Sunday morning. So I'm going to take a guess here. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume, and I know what they say about assumptions, okay, that the majority of the people that watch this channel are parents and or grandparents, okay, or aunts, uncles, whatever. But somehow, some way, you have kids in your life that you care about. And this will tell you a little bit about prepping for after we're gone. Let's leave it that way. All right. Because your kids, your grandkids are your legacy. Has been for all of history. Okay. How many times do you hear about people saying, keep the family name going or do whatever? It brings up a couple of things. I talked about Kate Brown in Oregon the other day. I talked about her now making it not necessary for a person to get their high school diploma. They don't have to know how to read, how to write, or do math. Okay, so basically they need to be a sponge. They need to have been a participant in a babysitting clinic for 18 years, and congratulations, you now get your certificate that says you were a babysat student or babysat person. I can't even call you a student. But this is where it gets a little bit interesting, okay? There seems to be a lot of pushback from the general public, okay? I mean, granted, last year we heard a whole lot of stories on people that were homeschooling their kids. And I got to say, all of you guys that can homeschool your kids, I bow down to every one of you. I consider myself an intelligent guy, all right? But like I said in a video the other day, I remember trying to help my daughter with homework, and I was like, holy crap, I don't remember any of this. And I mean, just to give you a story real quick about me, I went to college straight out of high school, and went and took my calculus class in high school or the first year of college or whatever, and that was it. And then it was the Army, and then it was work, and then I wound up going back to college in, 2006, somewhere thereabouts. Okay, so I'd been 22 years out of high school, and I had to go take a calculus class. So, here it was me, the 40-some-odd-year-old guy that I was at the point, with a bunch of 19, 20-year-olds. And I'm looking at this going, I'm taking notes in a spiral notebook, and they're all tap, 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 tap. I mean, I was like completely out of my element here going to college again and trying to learn all this stuff. And I mean, trying to call back on 20 plus years of high school to remember how to do some of this stuff. I was like, okay, I was way out of my, I wound up getting a C in the class, and I was thrilled I wound up doing that, okay? But, so like I said, for all of those of you that are able to homeschool your kids, especially when they get into high school age, I got buku respect for you, all right? But so you get into the people that are still sending their kids to public school, and they wonder what the kids are being taught, all right? There was a story that came out the other day in Rhode Island about a teacher about a parent who wanted to know what her kindergarten daughter was being taught in school, So she used the Freedom of Information Act request to get the curriculum from the school district for what is being taught to kindergartners. I mean, mind you, this is 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds, okay? The teachers union sued her, said that this isn't appropriate for her to know what her 4 or 5-year-old was being taught. Now, it's critical race theory, it's gender theory. The teacher's not referring to the kids as boys or girls, okay? They're asking the kids what can be done differently on the first Thanksgiving to build upon a line of thinking about history, okay? The school would not tell the parents what they're teaching the kids. Now, As far as I can remember, all right, this is, 20 plus years ever since my daughter was this big, okay? All we heard was the teachers bitch left and right saying, you know, the parents need to raise the kids. We're not here to raise the kids. We're not here to raise the kids. Except all the time they're going, well, we're going to tell the kids about all this stuff that we want them to do. And I've told you the story about my daughter being a conservative up until she was about 13, and then high school rolled around, and now all of a sudden she thinks Bernie Sanders walks on water and AOC's great. And I keep telling her, I said, come talk to me when you're 30, after you've worked for a while, and tell me how you like paying everybody else's bills. So we'll see what happens there. But so there's been a lot of backlash that's gone on lately. And I mean, you've got organizations, Moms for Liberty, Informed Parents of California, Ed First North Carolina, New Jersey parental rights, No Left Turn in Education, Parents Against Critical Race Theory. I mean, there's hundreds of groups right now, okay, that are coming out across the country saying this ain't gonna happen. We've seen all this stuff in videos. I mean, we've talked about them. I've showed one on school board meetings, and you have these little peons on the school board who think they're all-powerful liberal elites who can determine what your kid learns. Now, y'all know my thoughts that, me and Mrs. P are thinking about running for Congress, all right? But I'm saying, if you can, especially if you're a parent or a grandparent, maybe get involved in the school board. Because here's the whole thing. Those kids now, are going to be the future leaders of this country. Lightning storm. Those kids now are going to be the future leaders of this country. And if you go on Kate Brown's idea of, well, you don't have to know how to read, how to write, how to spell your name, if you can, okay, if it's not a symbol or something anymore, like some of these wackos in Hollywood come up with, you don't have to know how to do math. My question is this: how in the hell can you be a leader in government, in business, in whatever, if you can't read, write, or do math? Okay? Try balancing a checkbook if you can't do math. Okay? Try signing a contract. I put an X on there. Okay? But the scariest part is the ones that are going to be making the decisions for everybody else. If they don't know how to read, if they can't read the Constitution, how the hell do you expect them to follow it? Have a good Sunday, guys. Pinball out.